Hi, welcome. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys so much for being here. It means a lot to me that you're here to hear the story of my grandparents, well, of their separation. You see, my grandfather, Enos Jackson, left my grandmother, Beryl Ellis, the same year that Jamaica got its independence from the UK. He left her with 5 sons, and the youngest one must have been about 3 months when he left. Yeah, he was in search of a better life in England. He already had a son from a previous relationship named Samuel Jackson, who was living in the English countryside at the time. So one day, Enos left and he never came back. So the last time I talked to my grandma, she casually mentioned that she was thinking about going to England to kill my grandfather, but she decided to go to America instead. Now when she told me that, I felt my whole body do a double take. Grandma, what? Why? She looked at me hard, and unresolved anger over 50 years old bubbled from her mouth, spilled down her housecoat, over the blue carpet, all the way to me where I sat on the plastic-covered couch. Him left me alone with 5 boy pick me. She huffed, then let drop. Now, it wasn't the first time I'd heard this story, but it was the first time I was hearing it from her mouth. It was the first time the weight of her words actually registered for me. What does it mean to be so angry with someone that you're willing to take their life, even 50 years later? So it was my grandma's birthday about a month ago, July 21st. She is officially older than dirt. She is surprised and bitter about still being alive. I've got a picture of her right here. Oh, I think she's left. Unfortunately. We're going to do a performance, actually. How much day? So my grandma. There she is. She's beautiful, right? So I asked my mom what I should get my grandma for her birthday, and she said, write her a letter, use your best cursive, don't talk about the gay stuff. I asked my dad, and he could barely hear me over the phone because of the Atlantic Ocean, the 1,500 miles, the 8 years since we've last seen each other. I asked my Uncle Mark, and he told me to get her a pack of white t-shirts. I asked the grandma be in my head, and she told me to give her the story of my first husband, or fill in the blanks, and make it better. So, this is what I came up with. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Right. So there's a picture of my grandma that sits on the very top shelf of the cupboard in her living room. It's about the width of my whole hand, about twice as long. When my uncles talk about their mother as a young woman, this is the picture they describe. A nearly white woman with long wavy hair that falls down to the middle of her back. She's wearing a crisp white uniform with 3 gold buttons on the jacket. Her skirt falls just below her knees, and there's a tiny white hat on the top of her head. She's standing behind an empty chair, and the look on her face is, well, right there. I once overheard my grandma say that this is the picture she'd like to be described and remembered by, so we start with this one. All right. Next slide. Great. So this is Jamaica, as I remember it. It has all these squat houses painted these really bright colors, and there are a couple cars and a few driveways. And every house has beautiful trees outside of it. There are mango trees and ackee trees and June plum trees and breadfruit trees. It's a really lush area here. I guess you could call this area the suburbs, right? So this is where my Auntie Patsy lives. This is her house. I spent a lot of time in this house. This right here, that's her porch. I spent a lot of time on that porch too. When I was a baby, my mom and I would sit out on the porch and we'd smile to people we knew, wave. And as a baby, I saw an unfamiliar man run down the street, and I looked at that man, I pointed at him, and I said, "Thief! Thief!" Basically thief, right? So I thought the man was stealing something. As a baby, I knew that only guilty people ran away. And apparently that was my very first word. So this seems like a really good time to pause and see how much you guys know about Jamaica.